In 94 counties in Tennessee, it's just football. But not in this town. In Lewis County, this is a way of life. You're tuned in to the High Forest Sports Network. Marty Spears, Matthew Farr, and Josh McDonald bringing you the action. Kickoff is right around the corner. This is Lewis County football.
Good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to Coach's Show here on the High Forest Sports Network. We're live here at Panther Stadium. Panthers returned home this past Friday night and turned in probably their most complete performance of the season. They dominated Summertown 51-0. Moves the Panthers to 6-0. Tonight we'll talk about the win and preview this week's regional matchup with Scottsdale. But before we get started, let's thank our gold sponsors. Junkyard Dog, Highland Corporation, Baxter Services, Assure Title and Escrow, Bank of Lewis County, People's Bank, Casa Grande, Andrew Yarbrough, Attorney at Law, City of Homewall, People's Bank, and this week's game sponsor, 2C Septic Cleaning and Portable Toilet Rentals. Thank you again for supporting Lewis County football. We can't say enough about these gold sponsors.
Yep.
When you see some of these other shows, you may see 2 or 3 big sponsors. When you have a list like this, it's pretty impressive. So we're so thankful for everything that they've done for us this year. All right, let's recap the game this week versus Summertown. First half, Panthers wasted no time setting the tone Friday night at Bobby W. Sharp Stadium. In the first quarter, Colt Skelton connected with Colby Feitinger on a 37-yard touchdown pass. Drew Ray added the 2-point run to give Lewis County an early 8-0 lead. Second quarter belonged to the defense and the ground game. Really, Braden Cooper comes up big with a scoop and score on a fumble return. Returned it 30 yards for a score. Ray added 2 rushing touchdowns from 10 yards and 25 yards out with conversions to stretch the lead to 31-0 at halftime. At the start of the game, we were kind of looking at each other. That first drive, you almost had the feeling it's going to stall out and they were going to run a lot of clock, which they did. When they did get the ball, but I mean, we were able to score on that opening drive. But after that, it was all gas all the way. You never let up. We'll get more into the second half in just a minute, but pretty much your starters, were in the first half. Tell us a little bit about it. We've already kind of discussed how important it was to start fast, but give us your thoughts.
Yeah, I think Coach Spears said, he said at halftime, he told us that opening drive, we didn't score till about 6 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. So, I mean, they really ate the whole quarter up. And we couldn't get off the field on third down, which is something we talked about in last week's show, one of the keys to the game. I think they converted their first 2 third downs. And so, it didn't start out great, but after that, I think they got that second first down, and then we won first down. I think it was like 2nd and 12, and that's kind of when we started building on that momentum, and then we forced them for a field goal. Obviously, they missed it, and then once I want to send my wishes to the kid from Summertown. Obviously, hope he's doing well. I know he had surgery the other day. Make sure we send wishes to him. But once that was over, we punched it in pretty quick. Tried to score that next play, and just missed. Honestly, I think Kobe caught it. But once
we thought he caught it too.
Yeah, he got up like he did.
You can't think that.
No, not like that.
No.
I mean, he literally got up, handed it to the ref like, nothing. So I think he did catch it. But drove down and scored on 4th down to Kobe. So he got it back, made a great play. And then after that, I thought we played, honestly, pretty efficient offensively. And then defense was great. We scored every single possession of the game on offense, which is awesome.
That's what we said last week, you get pretty much
Gotta-
got to score
gotta do
every
it.
time you get
Yeah.
the ball,
Yeah, we do.
playing that offense, because it eats up so much clock.
Something I wanted to point out, we probably ain't hit on this all year. We have. When you start reading off what we done in the first half and all year, this is not a one-sided thing. You hear Kobe, you hear Wise, you hear Kate Carroll, Drew Ray, obviously Coach Skelton, and you could keep going down the list of people that are making contributions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people a lot of times lose sight. This is the ultimate team game, right? So all those guys we just mentioned are the stats guys. There's usually 5 guys up there in front of them that very rarely ever get their name called, but are absolutely crucial to the entire operation.
Right.
No matter what your job is as a player, whether it is your job as the guard, center tackle, if you're the long snapper, punter, whatever, you are crucial to the operation on a game. People lose sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just absolutely Drew Ray has been phenomenal.
Yep.
But it ain't just Drew Ray.
No.
It's the guys around Drew Ray. And Drew Ray's killing it. But so are the other 10 guys that's on the field.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, the defense that's out there, the special teams that's out there, the crowd. I mean,
Been
everybody has a little bit of a piece of this pie that has led to it being 6-0 right now.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just, this is my soapbox, Matthew. And sometimes you hear something that just absolutely drives you freaking nuts. Just because you're not the engine of the car doesn't mean you don't have a job in that operation.
Correct.
Somebody has to be the blinker.
Absolutely.
Somebody's got to be the horn. Somebody has something that they need to do. Show up and do your job. Those boys on that team have showed up every week and done their dang job. Be content with that. Celebrate that.
Yes.
Show up on Friday night with all the noise makers and enjoy the game.
Absolutely.
And cheer your hind end off. That's your job. That's my job now. And I get to make stupid comments on the air. So that's my job now. If you, whatever your role is, fill your role. The Rock used to say, know your role.
Yeah.
Know your role. Show up and do it.
Absolutely.
So that is the soapbox of the week. Be content with your job. If your job isn't enough to suit you, show up and ask to do more.
Amen.
Because I guarantee you they're looking to let people do more.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Absolutely. And a couple of things I'll add to that. The crowd was phenomenal. We had one of the better gates that we've had in the 3 years that I've been here this Friday night, which is a testament to what these guys have done, and the whole town came out. So very happy with that. I encourage you to come out for the last 2 games that are going to be at home. Hopefully it's going to be a great crowd as well.
Well, I have to tell you this, too. We were sitting up there the other night. Of course, we had technical difficulties to start the game, so y'all missed a lot of awesome nonsense. But the theatrics, the entrance, it's keep getting better and better and better.
We're improving.
That the other night
It was awesome.
was awesome.
that
Like
entrance,
we sit there and looked at each other in the box.
Yeah.
That's one of the best entrances
Yeah,
that
high
we saw.
school.
from now on, there'll be a microphone stuck out the window.
Listen.
To listen to that.
Yeah,
I didn't realize that was going to be like that.
We needed some smoke and some pyro.
What?
It's
well, I'll say that. Coach Harper's done a great job with that, kind of setting it up. But the timing of everything, the kids came out at the right time, and the smoke is the next thing on our agenda for Mount Pleasant in 2 weeks. Get a couple smoke machines up there and add to it. But yeah, I'm like you. It was an awesome entrance. A lot of people come up and told us, hey, I got chill bumps when we run out. It was awesome.
The energy throughout the whole stadium. I mean, that place, the home stands was rocking.
Well,
You
on
could
y'all on the live stream, you can, because y'all panned over. But the thing I like to see the most is when y'all panned over, all the people in the crowd had their phones up fixing the video. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Pretty neat to see.
And the start of the fourth quarter was the same thing.
Yeah.
I got out.
Everybody
I
was
moved
clapping.
Moved the camera around to
We
see.
encourage you to clap along with that. Compliments of Tennessee baseball, but our kids love that as well. So all fans, we encourage you to do that as well. And then the second thing I want to add to that, talking about the line, they've done a great job. Coach Spears, again, he told me this after the game Friday night. That is the 6th out of 6 different starting lineup on the offensive line we've had.
That's impressive.
So, well, it's a testament to those guys. They've literally they've stepped in and we hadn't missed a beat, which is awesome. You fill in those voids when you have injuries or whatever.
Long term, at some point, you're going to get dinged up. Somebody will get out there. It may be a ding where they need to go to the tent for a couple plays.
Yeah.
It may, hey, I may have to sit out a half.
Yeah.
Depth
Is big.
That's probably the most crucial part of actually advancing into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If I've got 5 guys that's going to play all the snaps on the offensive line, in all likelihood, 3 of them is going to turn around and play all the snaps on the defensive line.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
It does not bode well for you. If you've got 7, 8 guys that you can rotate in there, keep them a little fresher.
Right.
That makes that burst off that defensive line.
No, a lot better.
That makes it a lot better when you're not just gassed.
And you're talking about having that rotation. You're talking about everybody plays their part. You got those guys that are sitting behind those starters.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to go in.
They are.
They've done their job this
Done a
year.
great job.
You can't, like I said, you've had a couple of injuries on the line, defensive line, offensive line, both, and them stepping up whenever they were called on, and it showed that they were ready.
Yep.
Well, and furthermore, you're fixing to talk about this. One of the best things about a game like Friday night, we took care of business early, not necessarily in the first quarter, but before halftime, it was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in the second half, once again, I'll throw you a bone here. A lot of times the coach doesn't really know when to let off the gas. And I think you've done a good job of that. You got the young guys in. It is absolutely asinine to go out there and keep just putting your starters out there and putting them at risk of injury.
Yeah.
There is no stat, no record, no anything that is worth you putting a starter out there in the fourth quarter in a game where it is out of reach.
Yeah.
There's a time where, good job, son, go drink some Gatorade.
I'll admit we were going to go one more series with those guys. That's kind of my thinking to get towards that fourth quarter. And then Summertown called timeout, took their guys out, and so we took ours out the next play. But that's my biggest gripe with the darn running clock is you don't get to see those young guys. They don't get that playing time because it goes so fast, and that valuable time that they could be getting right now, you miss that on basically half of it with the running clock.
Well, and I don't want to steal Matthew's thunder. They looked awful good. I mean, when they got out there,
Friday they did a great job.
They were really good.
Yeah, they did a great job.
One other thing I want to touch on, I touched briefly on was the defense there in the first half. Before we move on to the second half, I would say a young man, when he come off the field after he scooped and scored there, I'd say he probably had a smile on his face.
He's fired up.
He had a
little history there.
He had a little extra for that one, didn't he?
So
it's pretty neat to see, and I showed him yesterday in film as he's running to the end zone, and he did his little high step. He high stepped after the guy for some reason, but whatever. But all 10 of the guys are convoying him in and celebrating with him.
Yeah.
That is a true testament to our
And if you
team.
don't know who we're talking about Braden Cooper.
No doubt.
If you talking about Braden Cooper right quick, that was awesome that he scooped and scored.
Yeah.
But they went into a totally different offense, shockingly enough.
Yeah. I wonder why. You think it's because you called him out?
Well, I mean, if something's not good, you have
You
to change
changed.
it, right?
It wasn't working.
Anyway, shockingly
I did
enough-
learn something Friday night, but go ahead.
So shockingly enough, they go to a more modern shotgun spread type offense. And Cooper
Popped.
absolutely annihilated that quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, you could tell that quarterback ran a lot of beer. He didn't run a lot of shotgun. Cooper eat him.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of them, if you've ever listened to any David Goggins where he talks about taking somebody's soul.
He did.
He looked him right in the eyes as he got up off of him. And,
It was awesome.
He basically just ended him. Right
And while we're on Cooper, I want to tell him, give him a little shout out. He's he stepped up and he's one of those guys that filled a void on the offensive line when we were missing one, and he's done a heck of a job. And that's a testament to him, being unselfish enough to do it. And so appreciate him for doing it, and we've been better because of it.
Yeah, when you got guys that are team guys, and like that right there, I have no clue. He may have been a guard in the past. I doubt it.
No, I I don't know what they did with him over there, but since he walked in, he's been H-back running back for me. But
And will be in the future, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I'm
hands
assuming that's
down.
probably what it was over there, but, it says a lot about the kid. He plays middle linebacker and displayed that he can still carry the ball.
Yep.
But he don't care to put that hand in the dirt because
Absolutely.
that's being that team guy.
Getting back to talking about the defense, we'll wrap up the first half. One other thing, Summertown had 43 offensive yards in the first half. That's impressive. The game total for them, they had 79. They had 79 yards for the game. That's
Pretty good.
is that
That'll win.
how many games is that this year you've held your opponent to under 100 yards? I know it's 3,
Really?
maybe 4.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure game 1 was under 100 yards.
Houston County and Adamsville would have definitely been
Yeah.
over. But
I think
would say-
Hickman County, Summertown, and Zion. I'm pretty positive they were under 100 yards total offense.
It's a compliment to Coach Clayton and our defensive staff and then all those guys.
Do
They've
we
done.
really have to give Clayton credit for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
He's done
told
it.
him he's going to win the Cy Young. He keeps throwing the shutout.
He's done a heck of a job. I'm proud of him. Very proud of him.
I think we all are. All right, moving on to the second half. Not as many things to bring up here. Start of the third quarter, Colt Skelton hits Drew Ray on a 66-yard touchdown strike.
Good play call, by the way.
Thanks, sir. That's one.
I hate
That's
to
one of those.
compliment
Yeah, you don't give me many of those. I had to take it.
I mean, I'm sure they was expecting Drew Ray to probably touch the ball, but they probably weren't expecting it to be.
Well, we put that in literally just for them. So this is the first time we've worked on that. And they were yelling from their sideline, watch jet to Drew Ray. And I was sitting there thinking, watch him jet right by your safety.
That's pretty well what happened. That's whenever you just stick your hands up.
Yeah, you know that one's touchdown.
We're going to get the total stats here in just a second. But you had another pass called back on hold there in the
Heck of a catch.
second quarter. Probably one of the prettiest balls I've seen Colt throw all year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Great throw, great catch.
Great
I mean,
catch. Yeah.
got his feet in. It was awesome.
I got all kinds of excited when he threw
That might have been your best call. I'll give you a compliment too.
Might
have been your best one.
I had it dialed in on that one.
All right. In fourth quarter, to wrap up our plays, Knox Rainey closed it out in style. Freshman.
Great job.
Yeah.
Come in and
He looked good.
a lot of people call this garbage time. I don't like calling it that. This is
I don't like
this is planned for the future.
Amen.
You saw the future of Lewis County football Friday night, or a touch of it with Knox Rainey. He had 2 touchdown runs, one of 49 yards, one of 51 yards.
Pretty good.
Pretty awesome.
That's a pretty
Pretty
good
awesome
night.
to have him.
He was actually our leading rusher.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Did you give Drew any grief about that?
I need to, I think I will actually. Wait till I see Drew tomorrow.
Well, I mean, put that in perspective. He had 100+ yards in the fourth quarter on a running clock.
Yeah.
That's hard to do that.
Pretty darn
hard.
good.
I mean, it's hard to get 2 possessions on. a
Well,
running
yeah.
clock.
Yeah.
We had to, we had them to 3 and out with our second bunch too, which is great.
Stats for the whole game. Drew Ray, 11 carries, 85 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, 66-yard touchdown reception, total of 151 yards, 3 touchdowns on the night. Knox Rainey, 7 carries, 117 yards, 2 long rushing touchdowns, 49 and 51 yards, just like we said. Colt Skelton, 10 of 14 passing, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. He added 10 rushing yards.
Yep.
Colby Feidinger, 3 receptions, 52 yards, 1 touchdown. That should have been
5.
It should have been 5 and
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
And probably another 70 yards.
But yeah, he would have had well over 100 yards. Team totals: 434 yards total on 41 plays, 10.6 yards a play. I haven't been keeping up with that, but I think that's the biggest
No, I would say so. That's good.
biggest average
That's
so
a big
far.
number. I love 10.
Averaging more than averaging more than 10 yards a play Friday night. What you touched on. What clicked?
Our execution was really good. You know, going back and watching the film, yeah, I mean, I thought we executed at a high level all night offensively. Mixed in some of our tempo game against them. I thought we could really wear on them in that first half, and we did. And our tempo, the couple series we ran tempo was great. And you know, that's something I like to do. I think we can go at different speeds, and I think when you do that, I'm able to manipulate the game a little bit. You know, and I think you saw that they were on their heels, and I think the first time we went tempo, we drove it all the way down the field, and that's the one Drew run in from about 25 out because, I mean, they couldn't tackle him. You know.
Oh yeah, you get gassed
Yeah.
especially as a lineman.
You're sitting on your heels. Yeah.
And
So
you know, they're just like us. They not many 2A teams have enough depth to
Right.
roll a lot of guys
Right.
in there. And you can't roll a man out. If you're up there and you're ready to snap the ball, you can't take the chance of trying
to sub because
to
we're
sub.
gonna get you, and that's what, you know, real good. And we've worked on this a lot. The first drive we went tempo. Bean started out in the game at running back, and during the middle of tempo we subbed Drew in because in high school, you know, you don't have to wait on anybody to sub, and you know, slip him in there. He's fresh while we're going tempo, which is awesome to see. So I really like that. I thought the guys execute, like I said, they executed at a high level.
Defensive stat highlights. Like I said earlier, held Summertown to just 79 total yards on 38 plays. They averaged 2.08 yards per play. Braden Cooper, 6 tackles, fumble recovery, returned 30 yards for a touchdown. Kobe Cates, 8 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Nate James, 6 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Braylon Bean, 3 tackles plus 1 assist. Team totals, 10 tackles for loss.
Wow.
1 defensive touchdown, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery. We said last week these defensive linemen wouldn't have a big stat game this week. We didn't know what we were talking about.
That was referring to sacks.
Yeah.
Sacks, absolutely. But
Nate's gonna have to get them sack numbers up there.
Yeah, Nate's slacking. They controlled the line of scrimmage.
one thing, you know, this, like I said, it pretty much dominated Summertown Friday night. One thing I think you've got a coach you need to work on this week. Coach Yarborough needs to run laps. We don't have a special team highlight for this week. I don't think this is the first game.
Well,
I think we missed about 3, not about that much.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
we got.
oh yeah, we were close. We were close on a couple of block punts, but I mean, I will give them a shout out. I think our kicking game was really good.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, I don't think they started past the 30. I mean, that I can remember. So I think that was really.
But we
good.
don't have a special team highlight this
And
week.
I'm-
They did great.
The special.
But I think it's got to fall back on Coach Yarborough.
Well, the group that I love the most, we call it Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
That's our punt team.
Yeah.
I really hate punt. And that's what I told Bean. Me and him were joking around today. I told him, I said, you know, when you don't punt, it really makes me happy.
You know, and we ain't got to see it a whole lot. Bean is a weapon as the punter.
Oh,
Because
he can. He's done a great job.
Yeah.
We were
He
working.
ain't punted 5 times.
That's 5 too many.
Well, not in the season game.
It is. That's 1 per game. That's way too much.
No, it's not.
But yeah, Bain's done a great job. We were working today, kind of coughing corner punts, seeing if he could pin it inside the 10. He got started. It was a little rough at the beginning, but once he got settled in, it was great. But yeah, he's done a heck of a job.
A lot of them guys have a hard time, you know. You're taught all your life to go all out on everything, you know. Most of the time, the same way on the punt. If you're at the 45, 50-yard line, you're probably going to kick it in the end zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's
And
harder.
It's hard to.
It's harder
It's
to
hard to
kind
get it
of
inside
dial
that
down,
10.
if you will.
But like I said, we're through game 6, and this is the first game all year we don't have a special teams highlight. That's pretty impressive. But I just wanted to bring it. Coach Yarborough needs to work a little harder this
Coach
week.
has done a great job.
I am.
But I do want to talk about some more of your coaches.
Yeah.
When we talk about these, we've talked about Coach Clayton. We've had him on the show. You look at
Guys in the shadows.
guys in the shadows. You look at Jake White. It's the first time he's ever coached linebackers, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
it is.
Done an excellent job, far as I can tell. And then,
The linebacker plays there, so.
Yeah.
yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Yeah, shout out to him. He came to me in the offseason and wanted to do that. So very proud of that. And he's done a heck of a job.
Coach Owen as well. Coaches, I assume he still coaches defensive backs, correct? I may should have done my homework.
I don't know what Owen does sometimes.
But all you know, Coach Clayton is leading that side of the ball, but you got to look at some of these other guys
my whole staff's been great. Coach O, he coaches our DBs, obviously, who've been phenomenal, and then he also coaches our running backs, who, as you can tell, they've had a pretty good during the year.
You've got a pretty solid staff this year.
And then, Coach Spears and Coach Churchill done a great job. Offensive line, defensive line. Coach Spears coaches my H-backs. H-backs, tight ends. They've had a big year as well. And then shout out to your son. He's done a heck of a job. I know you don't want to hear it, but he's been a great asset, except for today. He struggled. He struggled today.
Well, he's got a couple of demerits there for getting the hydration.
Yeah, yeah.
He's still thirsty.
Well, he messes up. We play music during practice, and he messed it up today, so I didn't like that very well. But
he absolutely crushed the fourth quarter song.
Oh yeah, he does. And that behind the scenes, you talk about, kind of piggybacking off you said. He runs all of our music during the ball game and pregame, the fourth quarter song, the run out song. He does all that while he's also coaching from the box, which is great.
Cole Farr throws some sneaky shade out there if you can listen to the songs that are playing. Pretty witty, honestly. There was one the other night, I don't know the name of the song, but it says basically, let's hear it for the losers.
Yeah, I heard it. That's awesome. Touche. Touche, Farr.
I appreciate it.
No, I think I've got a great staff, and they work their butt off, and they enjoy coming to work every day for our guys, and they have great relationships with our guys.
I've heard that from more than one coach that they have enjoyed working with this bunch this year. They've enjoyed going to practice, and that when you've got that kind of atmosphere, that's winning football.
Yeah, well. And the kids are the same way. Kind of today, we get done, and of course we run at the end. And when we're running, or right before we go to run, Bean comes up to me. He's like, Coach, we got to do some more. That wasn't enough. But they want to be out there. They want to go to work. It's a testament to everybody in the building.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. We've got a couple of guests. We've got Cade Carroll and Kobe.
Can you say this right?
Oh, I can say it, but I'm trying to pronounce it like
the other teams do.
Kobe Feitinger.
I don't know if anybody's got it right that I've heard. Have they?
No. Well, the thing about it is
he was Feitinger one year, one game.
The bad thing about it is one of the announcers from Loretta is a guy from Hornwall. He should know that name. He called him Feitinger all night.
Well, Matthew, I think me and you understand this a little better now. When you start looking down at that program and you got this list of names.
Is it tough?
Oh, it can be.
It can. There's a lot of syllables.
It'd be, well, they could just call him Kobe. That's pretty easy.
But we got Kobe Feitinger and Cade Carroll that are going to join us here in just a minute. We're going to get rid of Coach Iser. We get a break. we're back. Our guest, like I said before the break, Kobe Feitinger and Kay Carroll are joining us tonight. Both of you are seniors, correct?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Junior and senior. My bad. I thought
We
you
get to watch Kobe for one more
got
year.
one more year. That's awesome.
Everybody gets to butcher your name one more year.
Yeah.
I think both of you had a little fun Friday night, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go to Kobe first. Did you catch that ball?
I did.
I thought you did. I was with you the whole way. Josh
give you
Josh
no,
doubted.
sir.
I think Josh
I-
doubted you a little bit, but
If somebody had the audio on, not calling any names, you would have heard me say he got the ball. Kobe knows he got the ball. I think he got the ball.
when you come up with the ball just like that, I'm pretty sure you got it.
From what I've seen, at y'all's age, that has to be learned over time to fake it.
Yes, sir.
Your pure emotion right there came up, and you were celebrating. You can't fake that. You was like, I got that ball.
Yes, sir.
And of course, the ref said you didn't. The ref was wrong. All good. You got another one later on, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
It was the same drive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he come right back right after that. And,
No, I was talking about the one he didn't get credit for because of the hole.
oh, yeah, he had two there that,
Yeah.
well, the touchdown from the hole.
There used to be a segment on Monday Night Football called "You Got Mossed." You would have been on that if they still did that. It was awesome. Yeah,
Appreciate
great
it.
throw too, but
Yes,
like,
sir.
I mean, you just flat out mossed the guy in the end zone for the ball. But unfortunately, they saw a phantom holding call that nobody else saw.
We talked about Drew quite a bit with his return yards early in the year. You're starting to stack up some of those stats now because they're kicking away from Drew. Just as big a weapon. I think your kickoff returns have been impressive so far. You're yet to break one, but I think it's coming.
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's coming for just one reason. And it ain't me hating on you. I don't think they're going to kick you the ball. I think they're going to keep pooch kicking us.
Yeah, I think
Unless they got a guy with an absolute leg that can put it in the end zone. I don't think our deep man's just going to get a lot of return.
I don't think
If
so.
it is, it's going to be a squeak.
They're going to have to play it off the ground.
But I absolutely believe if they screwed up and kicked you the ball, yeah, house calls coming.
Yes, sir.
Kay,
Yes, sir.
you okay?
Great.
All right. I'll let Josh talk about your play, but
So,
senior year though,
yeah,
you've committed to SEMO.
Yes, sir.
Southeast Missouri
State.
State.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Plan on playing college ball there next year. Putting up pretty impressive start to the year. I'll let Josh talk about Friday night.
well, first of all, are you going to SEMO as a offensive guy? Or
Yes, sir.
defensive guy?
Tight end.
Tight end. Perfect. So that's like an H-back role?
Yes, sir. Same thing we do here.
Okay. So the other night, I can't remember the portion of the game. I'm sure it was in the second
It's
quarter.
the second
because y'all didn't
quarter.
get to play much the second half.
Yeah.
You get thrown just like a little out in the flat throw. You turn it up and there's a guy made a business decision. It's a bad decision.
It was.
He hit you thigh pad, midsection level. And then on the call, I told Matt and Matthew, I said, I think you might regret that because he absolutely was looking at the stars after it was over with. And you went on for probably 10, 15 more yards. We need to hear your version of the truck stick.
I just got the ball, turned up, he was right there. And if you're in my way, it's
Yeah,
probably not going to be good.
The aiming point needs to be a little lower, right?
It does. I think
Yeah,
they've learned watching film. They started going low and taking my feet out from under me. So
When you get a big guy in space, I had the opportunity to coach y'all a long time ago, like in sixth grade. I used to call Kobe Tojan because I don't know if that's a family trait, but they were awesome. Their aiming point was like here, and they would come up and basically break your ankles.
yeah,
And that's horrible, but it's a great tackle. It's very effective, is it not?
It
It's
is.
much more effective than hitting a guy your size in the thigh.
That's very, yeah.
I'm sure that young man learned something from that. I hope he did. Probably don't go tackle that that guy anymore at the iPad
How,
level.
how many times has that happened on that same exact play this year? I know it happened in Adamsville.
I'm pretty sure it's happening at every game.
Yeah, that,
Well,
that
Coach
was,
Geyser probably needs a little credit. He keeps getting you matched up against a nickel.
Yeah.
And most nickels in high school are maybe 150 pounds.
Yeah.
That ain't fair. They need to put somebody bigger on you, but you do have that. If they put somebody your size on you, they probably can't run with you.
right.
That is the awesome thing about an H-back. Usually you got some athleticism, size, you get that. And they have to either pick their poison, put some speed on you or some size on you. And you can handle whichever one they bring against you. And it's been awesome to watch. The other thing, probably out of a season full of awesome plays, the one that kind of stands out, still really recent, was that interception down in Adamsville.
Yes, sir.
That was a spectacular play on your part. I mean, it felt like to me just watching, you can tell us your version of it. You recognized it early on because you were lying down. You was basically a defensive end in that. And you recognized what was going on the play and undercut it. Poor quarterback never saw it happening. So would you like to relive that moment?
I would.
bet.
I knew that they didn't have him alone. They had him alone. Like Kobe was on him. I knew he wasn't over there for no reason.
No.
And my thought is they're going to run the ball, so I'm going to try to get a good get off right here and get in the backfield, make something happen. So as I'm coming off, I see the whole line release. I'm like, as a defensive lineman, you're taught if you see the line release, like scream. And so I look at the quarterback and I see his eyes and they're behind me. So I just do like a little zone drop and he throws it and I get it and go.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what it looked like to me when I saw it. I thought he just recognized what was going on, recognized screen early enough, and of course the quarterback never saw it.
Right.
You know, you read his eyes and let it flow right into the play. And of course that flipped that game. I kind of called a coach out. I'm getting good at that, Matthew.
We're going to talk a little bit about, you're going to have to work on that a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit of that before this.
I'm not here for their feelings, Matthew. I'm here for Lewis County Panthers. But that coach, for as great as that's a good coaching staff. I'm not hating on them.
Right.
It's just a bad call.
That was.
And in that point of the game, you need to run the clock out. And you give us life. They sit there like they could have put us in a bad bind, and then they throw us football, and you set it up about the 30-yard line. Yeah. That was game, set, match.
He's probably still kicking himself over that call. I would
He
say.
should.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Hate to rub salt in it going, but not really, So he probably learned something too, just like the young man that got flat back the other night.
I'd say so. We say this every week. We can't say enough how proud we are, y'all, that this team's gritty. It's tough. I think we've asked everybody that's came through here, talk about what makes y'all play together as a team. You seem to like each other, I think. That's not always the case playing sports, but talk a little bit about your teammates.
You go first. Well, I believe it started over the summer because, we all came to work every day from freshman to senior. Every single day we came to work. So I believe over time, putting all that work in together, I feel like it developed us as a team and it helped us to bond because we held each other accountable. From day one, we've held each other accountable. And I believe that's helped us to become the team that we needed to be. And Braden Cooper, that's my dude. I love him. He came in day one and he helped me set the tone. Like transferring in, it's not always easy.
No.
But he brought his lunch pail from day one. He came to work. And that I feel like we set the tone over the summer that we're going to work and it don't matter who's in our way because you're going to play the Lewis County Panthers. You're going to feel it. So I believe that it just started over the summer. That's where the work started and we just kept it rolling.
You want to add anything to that?
You hit it.
It shows. It shows week after week.
I'm thinking at some point we're gonna get to talk to Mr. Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that's gonna be entertaining. I don't know that I've got to talk to him a whole lot, but I've mentioned before y'all come in, everybody talks about the scooping score he had the other night. But my favorite one was where he just absolutely ate the quarterback right there before half. I mean,
I'd say that might have felt better to him than the score. I don't know. The score, I'm sure,
he
felt
enjoyed
good.
that when, when he got up on that, and you could see the hair standing up on his back.
Yeah, I think he bristled up pretty good on that one. But no, it's been fun. You're talking about coaching them in sixth grade. You know, it's been fun seeing y'all come up, and I don't know that I've missed very many football games. Oh, it does me too. I remember especially when Kobe was in sixth grade, and our kids were in eighth grade. There's a picture that my wife still brings out of my son. He might have been a little bit bigger than you at that time, and he's holding you just like this in his arms. I think y'all recreated that a couple of years ago, didn't you? Whenever he graduated, it's been a pleasure to watch y'all grow up. Absolutely. And fine young men that you've become.
It's been a pleasure talking to each of the players each week too. You always get some guys that got a little more to say, some's got a little less to say. You can tell they're a little awkward about it. But proud of the defensive line guys. The defensive line guys show out when they come in and put the mic on. Nate James crushed it too.
Yeah.
Nate James was very eager to get on the mic. He said something too that kind of struck me. Nate James could tell you stuff that went on in last year's summertime game that put a chip on his shoulder. He had a little fire in his belly when we talked to him before the summertime game, and which it showed. Y'all played with fire from the very beginning of the night. Yeah. That was as thorough of a butt whooping as you will see in a regional game. That was awesome.
Yeah, the only time there was even a glimpse of life in Summertown was on that very first drive. You know, they controlled that clock in the first quarter, but after that, it was it was like they rolled over.
They had to play a game that they weren't comfortable playing.
That's right. All right, you guys got anything else you want to add? We'll get you out of here.
Yeah, y'all got anything? Like we usually give everybody the opportunity to. Like we got Scotts Hill coming up this Friday night, and we're not asking for bulletin board material unless you want to just get it out there. Coach Eisner probably.
We're not gonna hold you back. But
hey, it's your mic, son. Go for it.
We just prepare every week. Like we don't even worry about really who's on our schedule. We just take every week, 1 week at a time. And we've talked since the beginning of the year. One of our goals was to go undefeated, but to go undefeated, you have to play one team at a time. You can't play all 10 of them at once or however many games we play.
That's right.
And so, coming into the game, I don't think Scotts Hill has won a game yet, but, we don't even look at that. We could care less. Practices aren't going to change. The way we prepare for them isn't going to change because, if you slack off for 1 week, that could lead into the next week and then the next week. And it becomes a tumbling effect, and we're not going to let that happen.
That's probably one of the best answers to a question I've ever asked right there. It's just that's spot on. You can't say it any better than what you just said. That's perfect. To me, on the other thing, no matter who your opponent is, you owe it to yourself to show up and do that. It's not about your opponent. It's about us.
Yes, sir.
We need to play Panthers football regardless of who's on the other side. I've told Ronnie this before. When I feel comfortable with our team, and not every team's capable of state championships, 10-0, whatever. But what they are capable of doing is doing what you just said. But then, point being, there's times when you're just going to show up. If the Panthers don't beat themselves, the other sideline does not matter. I don't care what it says on their jersey. If we play the ball we can play, that we've shown we can play, they're in for a long night. I really do believe that.
Okay, do you got anything else you want to add?
Go Panthers.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Good luck this Friday night.
Appreciate it.
We'll be watching.
We'll be there. Make sure y'all turn in and watch the game. High Force Network. It's where it's at. It's ESPN.
Y'all watch the game?
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Good.
frequently.
That's good to
Yeah.
hear. We're not doing this for nothing. So, good. I'm glad y'all watch
Doing
the
it for the
game.
contract, Matthew.
Well, I've yet to see my contract.
I saw it.
Is it written on a napkin?
Worse.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll take a break and get Coach Iser back in here. All right, we're back. Coach Iser joins us again. Can't thank those two young men enough for joining us. I thought they did excellent.
Great job.
We got some personalities on this team.
Very proud, very proud.
You couldn't do a better answer. If I'd have wrote that question down and sent it to Kobe,
He did great.
and I didn't, that's
Yeah.
100% off the cuff right there. That was the perfect answer. Yeah.
Looking forward now, this Friday night, we travel to Scotts Hill. Take on the Scotts Hill Lions, another region matchup. They've struggled this year. They're 0-6, correct?
Correct.
You know as well as anybody, you can't overlook anybody in this region. It's look back at history. This area, we're not always in the same region, but anybody can beat anybody at any given Friday night. So you can't overlook anybody. After such a dominant win this past Friday night, how do you keep them up? How do you keep them focused against Scotts Hill?
Well, I think, Kobe hit the nail on the head. It's about our standard that we work and we prepare with every single week. It doesn't matter who's in front of us. Our goal is to go 1-0. I think I'm having little issues. Can you hear me?
Well,
Okay, you know.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
It sounded like I was far away. Like he said, that's our standard. Go 1-0 every week. And we're going to work and prepare like that every single day. It doesn't matter. It's the next team on our schedule. And I tell the guys all the time, like, football ends at some point. Some guys are blessed enough to go play college ball. The very few are blessed enough to go to the pros, but at some point it ends for everybody. And these guys, they don't get these snaps back. And so you got to play like every single one of them is your last. And I think this bunch, they take that to heart, and they play hard every play because of that. So it's the next game on the schedule, and we want to go 1-0 this week.
That's
And I think we will.
One thing I started to bring out there, and I got sidetracked. I learned something Friday night.
You learn something every day. Far.
I learn something every day, or I try to. But I learned something valuable Friday night. These opposing teams watch our show.
Really?
They do.
How do you know?
I'm
You didn't tell me this.
I talked to Summertown coach, and he didn't come out and say that he watched our show,
Uh-huh.
but he might have made mention about a comment that was made on our show last week
Really?
about his offense. I don't think he took too kindly.
Must have been something Josh said.
It must have, I think that's what he was alluding to.
It was definitely
All
Josh.
right, so here we go.
Oh, so here you back again.
I don't want to talk about Summertown anymore. If he's got any questions, I'm not hard to find. I will explain in great detail how bad I despise that offense and how bad I really think it is. It should be abundantly clear right now. It is a bad offense. If you have a weaker opponent and you have the opportunity to get your foot on their throat, it's like a python. It will crush the life out of you. If you're playing someone that makes you play their kind of football like we did the other night, you have that as your end result, because once you get down, you have no prayer of coming back with that offense. If you're down 2 possessions, you might as well be down 40.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you poking the bear. But, anytime.
He's been waiting on that all day.
Yeah,
I have.
Anybody wants to tee up a softball, I'll hit it. So, yeah, I'm sorry his feelings is hurt, but, just do better.
We have bragged on these players week after week.
Yeah, and then the
about
darn
how-
announcer's going to come
Yeah,
out.
about how we don't
I'm
get
out of wet
bulletin
road.
board material and
Listen.
our color guy.
I'm not the guy that has to go out there and fire the shoulder pads and helmet. I can talk all the crap I want to.
So we'll back you up.
I know y'all going to
Beware these other coaches are listening to us. So,
Well, I'm glad the more viewership, the better.
absolutely.
That's the more money I make.
A click is a
Right.
click. A click is a click.
Yeah,
It
that's,
adds to our contract.
That's right.
I found out it
that's
was,
the fine print, man.
Did you
Yeah.
finally see your contract?
well, somebody has seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I asked what it was written on. I said, is it written on a napkin? He said it was worse. So
Well, he don't know I'm charging him lawyer fees to look at it.
Well, Marty was supposed to give it to you a few weeks ago.
we see how trustworthy he is. This is 2 weeks in a row.
I will
hasn't
say
been
this.
seen.
There are 4 contracts. Okay, y'all two, Marty and Matt. 3 of them have been turned in. Okay, so maybe you just like working for free.
You've got to see it in order to turn it in, I guess.
It's
Okay.
pending approval.
I can't help it.
Once again, Marty bailed on us this week. I think he's still struggling with this recovery. I'm going to pray for him.
We
again
got to
this
get
week.
off Marty.
I hope he's able to be with us this Friday night. I hope he's recovered.
I spoke to him. I think he's gonna make his return.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I've been worried sick about him.
Yeah.
Are we throwing any more BP over here, Matthew?
No, I think I'm done. I'm done.
I'm getting laughed up. Any more Summertown offense questions?
No, I'm not bringing up
It's time
Summertown
to turn the page on Summertown.
ever again.
Where's Scotts Hill week?
But
Snapping clear bush?
Yeah, absolutely.
looking forward to this Friday night. Like I said, they're struggling finding identity, I guess. But still got to, just like you said, it's they're just next up.
Yeah, we got to
You gotta keep
continue our momentum going into next week. We get fall break, and then the 3-game stretch when we get back. So you got to continue our momentum. Keep the ball rolling. Need to execute well and play well.
But the opponent in the mirror is what we kind of talked about a little bit. Work on us.
100%.
Regardless of who the opponent is,
Yeah.
if you take care of you, everything else is going to be all right.
Absolutely.
Don't big thing you got to worry about there is don't play down to your opponent. That's, you have to play consistent week after week.
When you talk to a player like we just talked to those 2 guys and you get the answers that you got, I'd be stunned if that was the case.
Yeah.
That's
I think you're right.
I love talking to these kids on Tuesday night.
Me too.
They're locked in and ready to play ball.
Well, I'm proud to hear them. It means a lot to me. I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that answer.
We'll wrap up the show. We've got a new segment to add this week.
We're excited.
This was kind of sprung on us today.
Very excited.
This is
I want to mention something right here before we go into this game. Do you realize who's got the skin in this game, Matthew?
Y'all do.
Yeah.
Y'all realize y'all basically, y'all's livelihood is at stake here, and you're leaving it up to me. That's scary for both of you.
Speaking of the contract, we're off next week. Do we get vacation pay?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give you the
okay.
I'm gonna
All
give you the
right.
week
Okay.
off.
Get a week
Yep.
off. We get paid
Josh
for it.
Josh is gonna be in the mountains. I
will-
think
I will-
Maybe.
maybe
I will too.
two. You will too.
Yeah. I'll be-
Hey, we will too. Maybe we'll see each other. We'll go
yeah.
eat. You can pay for your contract.
Maybe we can
Okay.
come up with some more sponsorship.
Dollars. Maybe we can get Dolly.
We're not going to aim low.
I don't see why Dolly wouldn't want to support this great
Who
cause.
wouldn't want to support this
Yeah.
cause? But we're going to do a little pick 'em. I think we're going to pick 5 games every week. The loser, we decided last night that the loser of the pick 'em, well, I wish we'd started this first of the season.
It'd been, you'd probably already
This-
lost.
I
now.
probably would. But this is a work in
I don't know,
progress.
I'm kind of concerned about who is on this paper.
I'm excited about these games. Y'all let
This
me
is
have
probably
full
gonna be some of
range.
The biggest crop.
I took it easy on you week one. It's going to get gradually harder as
I
we
don't
go.
want to lay up, but I would like to at least have heard of this.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Kind of what we've talked about doing is the loser has to buy dinner at either Casa Grande Mexican Restaurant, one of our gold sponsors, or Junkyard Dog, one of our gold sponsors.
Okay. Which one of you
Look,
buying mine?
Well, you should be buying both of us, but we haven't heard you volunteer for it yet.
We'll have to.
What we
but
discussed,
we may have to.
a tie requires you to buy.
Oh, okay. We may have to call Billy.
Well,
We gotta get
that's
Billy.
like getting blood from a
We got to
turnip.
get Billy in here.
But we maybe do our last show of the season, whenever that is, last show of the season. We go do a coach's show from one of those places.
I like
We
it.
haven't talked to them yet, but I don't think that'd be a problem. I think they'd be glad to have us.
Yep.
The good thing about it is we won't have to worry about making one mad over the other because the same people on both of them. So,
There you go.
Absolutely.
but that's kind of our plan. So we're going to do a pick 'em. I would have prepared and brought the mascot head. I've been Lee Corso, but we don't know what games we're picking. So
Straight out of the blue.
we're going to turn this over to Coach Iser.
So we're gonna pick 5 games every week, high school or college.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the matchup. I'm gonna give you the spread. If it's college, obviously, you guys are just making picks of who will win. You're not
So we're
picking.
not going to trash their sorry offense if they got one.
If you would like to talk about them, you can analyze the game all you want.
All right.
Okay. I'll write down your picks, and then at the end of the year, we'll keep. Oh, you got it.
I got it right here.
You tally it up.
I
All right.
don't trust you.
All right. So the first game on our list, we'll start at high school level, is big game in our region this Friday night, Adamsville at Mount Pleasant. Okay. For you're the host of this show, so I'm gonna start with you for pick 1. Adamsville at Mount Pleasant.
I'm going with Adamsville. Haven't seen Mount Pleasant play, but going off common opponents, seeing Adamsville play in person, they're not a slouch. I think Adamsville is, based on everything I see, they're head and shoulders above everybody else in this region besides Lewis County, I think. So I'm going with Adamsville.
Okay. Josh, Adamsville at Mount Pleasant to you.
I hate to agree with Matthew right off the bat, but when a man's right, he's right. I would add this caveat, and I've already told you my thoughts on this. I think this could be Adamsville by a lot. So I think Adamsville big, even though it is at Mount Pleasant. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So I believe Adamsville, if you pulled out a spread for that, Adamsville would win and cover.
Wow.
I think so.
I think it's going to be a great game. All right, moving on. This game, since we're off, it actually occurs next Friday. So we're going to throw this caveat in there. And then we'll recap it on the next show, which will be after fall break. Another game in our region, which has big implications, is Summertown at Loretta. Okay, Summertown at Loretta. And again, this one is not this Friday, it is next Friday. Josh?
That is a tough pick.
This is where we may separate. I don't know.
So just judging off what I've seen so far, for as much disdain as I have for that offense, it is a very effective offense. At Summertown?
It is at Loretta.
At Loretta.
Sometime is at Loretta. Yep.
I'm still picking Summertown.
Okay.
I've got to go against you this time.
This is what I like. I love this.
You talk about that offense. Yeah, they can control the clock, but I almost think that Loretta's got a little better athletes this year.
I don't disagree with that.
I think I'm going to go with Loretta.
Okay. So we've got Summertown and we've got Loretta. So that'll wrap up our high school picks. Now we're going to move on to the college level for the final three. Okay. Our third game is Saturday. Not sure the game time. Y'all may know. But we're going to go with Texas at Florida. Texas at Florida. Texas is a 6.5-point favorite. Far?
As bad as I hate to say, I can't pick Florida because I despise them that much, but they seem to be recovering a little bit. I can't do it. I'm going Texas.
Texas.
Man. I'm the same way. I just can't do it. I tell you what.
Is it your hate for Florida? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
Yeah.
It's at the Swamp.
It is
It's
at Florida. Do you know the game time?
I believe it's a night game.
I want to say it is, but I'm not 100% sure.
Harrison Bailey be quarterback for Florida, correct?
No.
I ain't seen
not
an
yet.
update on I know he was hurt, or they said he had gotten hurt, but I hadn't seen anything. They probably hadn't announced that yet.
That would be the ugliest game in the history of. Right.
I'm almost going to
where we played Florida and it was like field goal fest.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
This is that type of game. Arch Manning, my Lord, man, come on, dude.
What if he gets it going this week?
It ain't happening.
Okay.
I mean, he's had the opportunity to play weaker opponents. Florida, for all their problems, they can play defense. If they had any semblance of an offense.
Yeah.
And
I almost want to change my pick here.
the other thing,
Well, we ain't locked
I'm
in
trying to
yet.
talk you into it.
We ain't locked in yet. We ain't moved on.
Billy Napier, at some point, you're coaching for your job, And
Yeah.
I think Billy
I think
Napier
we're
is
close to that point.
Yeah, I mean, you this will be 5 losses in a row, right?
Something like that.
If Florida was ever going to rally and beat a quality opponent,
Yeah.
and now use that loosely, because Texas is not a top 10 team. You have to have they got a top 10 defense, but their offense is trash.
Well, does
I
that
mean, they're sometime level offense.
we talked about Vegas? Does that
can't help
line? What does that line tell you? Only being 6.5.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
It's that tells me that Vegas ain't.
They've got their worries too.
I think that's
right.
I
Vegas
think that's.
didn't get rich for nothing.
All right, so we need it. I need to
picked-
finalize this. Who you got?
I picked Texas, but I'm gonna stay with them.
He's staying with Texas. Who you staying with?
Texas.
Texas. All right.
Boy, I ain't comfortable with that one. I don't
I'm
like
not
that at all.
either.
Okay.
You would not get me to put a Benjamin on that at all.
No.
So far, to recap, both of us have picked Adamsville, or both of you guys have picked Adamsville. We've got one Summertown, one Loretta, and then both of you have picked Texas. Okay. Moving on to our fourth game. Iowa State at Cincinnati. Iowa State at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a 2.5-point favorite.
And that's
Iowa
the number
State-
13 ranked team.
Iowa State is
I've
ranked
watched-
14th, I believe, in
I've
the
watched
country.
so much Iowa State.
Well, I know
football
y'all.
this year.
This is why I grabbed this game, because everybody likes to watch Iowa State and Cincinnati.
You know, the last time I watched Cincinnati is when we hired their
They're
ridiculously bad coach.
Is he still there? He's not there anymore.
Butch, yeah, he's in Arkansas State. But we hired that guy, and my gosh, that's the last time I watched Cincinnati. I was trying to see what we were getting.
Yeah, the last time I watched Cincinnati was when Derek Dooley beat Butch Jones.
That's a long time ago.
Well,
Iowa State at Cincinnati.
who's leading off?
You-
I got a big
Again,
first for him.
you got
Since it's your turn, Cincinnati is a 2.5-point
Are we
favorite.
going to say we're going to go opposite this time?
I will say this: when I pulled this line yesterday, it was 3.5. I checked it again today just to make sure before we came on, and it was down to 2.5. I don't know if that makes a
That's
difference.
basically a pickle.
It is definitely a pick 'em, I would say. Either way, y'all got to pick 'em.
We're gonna pick 'em. And I watched a little bit of Iowa State. I honestly have not watched Cincinnati in a while. I couldn't tell you a guy's name.
You're going to watch it this Friday night or this Saturday night because of this show right now.
now.
All right, you're up.
Give me the Cyclones.
Iowa State. Far?
I'm going to go opposite, Cincinnati.
I
I
love
think
it.
that's a good pick.
I love it when y'all disagree. I really do.
We're not really disagreeing. We're just trying to be different.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, now our final game, I do know for a fact this one is a night game. Probably the game of the day, in my opinion. Miami at Florida State.
Ooh.
So Miami opens as a 4.5-point favorite. Florida State, coming off the I guess heartbreaking loss last Friday night when we were playing to Virginia. Poor guy in the end zone got trampled. I don't know if he's recovered yet or not. So they got to get up off the mat and face a good Miami team, but they get to play at home. That place will be rocking.
This game every year is
Big rivalry.
is a pick 'em.
Yep.
It doesn't matter
That's
how
right.
bad
That's exactly
how bad
right.
one
Yep.
or how good the other one is.
So again, Miami at Florida State. Miami is a 4.5-point favorite. Who you got?
I've got Miami just simply because of quarterback
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
I text you Saturday. There's not an elite team in college football right now. There's a lot of good teams,
Yep.
a lot of mediocre teams.
You've talked about Miami.
The first team that really sticks out to me that may have the elite status is Miami. They've got the defense, and right now I think they've probably got the quarterbacks that are playing the best ball in college football. So I'm going to go with Miami.
He's playing well. Okay.
All right.
So this week, obviously, we've got started late, but this is our first week of our pick'em. Like I said, we will do 5 games every week. Some weeks it may be 3 high school, 2 college, vice versa, just depending on the matchup. I didn't go too extreme on you.
You
Okay.
you threw
You
one
did it
curveball.
actually the way I would prefer it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Iowa State Cincinnati game's kind of out there, but
Give us one every week.
Well,
that's out there.
the other one I was going to do was Bama Vandy. Obviously, it's a big game.
that's a layup.
But I think we all know who's going to win
There's
that
only
game.
one black and gold going to win
Yeah,
this weekend.
Vanderbilt's not going to beat them again. So
I
that's
thought
why
you would do Louisville and
that was on my radar at
NC
first.
State, maybe?
Yeah, Louisville and somebody. But the Cyclones, they really stood out to me. And the spread being so tight, I thought that would have been a good one.
I'm about as confident in Matthew's pick as I am mine on that one.
Yeah,
which
because
is good.
I don't think Iowa State's very good.
Well, so we'll recap you guys' picks on the next show.
We won't have a show next week since Panthers
Yep.
are on bye week next week. We'll pick up the week after next.
Yep.
That'll be I don't even know what date that'll be.
Tuesday before Lexington.
15th maybe, 14th or 15th, somewhere in that neighborhood. Be our next show. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Good luck to the Panthers. Good luck to you this week,
Thank
Coach Hauser. Once again, before we close, I want to mention our gold sponsors. Junkyard Dog, Highland Corporation, Baxter Services, Assure Title and Escrow, Bank of Lewis County, People's Bank, Casa Grande, Andrew Yarbrough, Attorney at Law, City of Hornwall, People's Bank, this week's game sponsors, 2C Septic Cleaning and Portable Toilet Rentals. I'm going to talk to Lumpy about that. He's going to shorten that name. That name's a little bit long. That's
2C Septic. We'll
2C
shorten
Nah,
him down.
But can't thank y'all enough.
Absolutely.
For Josh McDonald, you got anything else you want to add before I close it out?
Nah, I believe we've said plenty tonight.
Yep.
What about you? All right.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna leave them with a few highlights as we end.
All right. For Josh McDonald, for Ronnie Yeiser, I'm Matthew Farr. We will see you in 2 weeks.